Hey guys, thanks for joining me for a new video. I'm not gonna lie, tonight I was like, man, I don't even know what to talk about in tonight's video, but I think I came up with a pretty good topic. I'm gonna tell you how long it took me from starting with print on demand to make my first $100 profit in a month, which is $1,200 a year, which really is nothing to scoff at. I know a lot of us would be happy if we got a $1,200 bonus at work. Then I'm gonna tell you how long it took me to get from $100 a month to $1,000 profit a month, not revenue, profit, the stuff that we take home, that we keep, that we pay taxes on, in the US at least. And then I'm going to tell you how long it took me to go from $1,000 profit in a month to $10,000 profit in a month. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you do, let me know in the comments below, or you can join the early like squad. Just get it out of the way, hit that like button right now. But I'm going to go jump on my computer and we can get started. Thanks again for joining me, guys. I do appreciate your time. Since you're here, let me remind you, I'm running a print-on-demand weekly giveaway. I'm giving away $1,000 in print-on-demand tools to assist you in reaching the numbers I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. So check that out, link in the description. Also, if it's your first time on my channel, let me introduce myself. I'm Ryan Hogue. I've sold over $1.8 million on Amazon to date. If you'd like to follow the links in the description, I've got a free print-on-demand mini course delivered to your inbox, 1 lesson a day over 8 days. I've got a print-on-demand Facebook community. I'd love to have you there. I publish income reports on the first day of each month. If you want to subscribe, you can keep up with my progress. You can also go back in time, like we're going to be doing in this video, to see how long it took me to reach certain milestones. Last but not least, I wrote a full print-on-demand course. It's 10 modules, over 70 lectures. I'm constantly adding to it. It is well worth the cost of admission, especially as we head into the fourth quarter. So check that out, link in the description. All right, let's see how long it took me to go from $0 to $100. And by the way, this is my, what I call dropshipped print-on-demand sales. So this is not gonna count Amazon merch. I count that separately just because I think merch is a very unique beast. If I were to combine the two, which I had the ability to do, but I chose not to, I would have hit these milestones much sooner. But for now, I want to just kind of mimic the way I've done my reporting since I started this YouTube channel and how I keep my records on my side monitor here. Actually, I'm going to pull them up in case I need to see them while I'm recording. But yeah, I'm going to just show you my dropshipped print-on-demand sales. Now, that means all print-on-demand except Amazon merch. I do not include Amazon merch in this number. So for me to have my first $100 profit month, it took me 6 months, month number 6, which was November 2017 for me. And it was a slow ramp up. I mean, this is just a realistic insight into my journey. But again, this is also where I should just, we just got started and I'm just going to stop for 2 seconds and tell you that there's so much value in learning from somebody that's been there before. I didn't learn from anybody that had been there before me. I figured this out on my own from the start. So these numbers you're going to see as far as like how long it took me, they may surprise you. They may not. I don't know. But like maybe it was on me for not doing enough research. I don't know how many people were out here on YouTube doing what I'm doing right now, sharing this valuable information, and then also putting literally everything together in that linear step-by-step tutorial full course that's not just a how-to, but also the optimizations that let you go from $100 to $1,000 to $10,000 in as short a time as possible. So there is a lot of value in learning, and I faced the learning curve by myself, so it did take me a little bit longer than you may have expected. Even looking back on this, I'm like, man, it took me a while, didn't it? So 6 months to get to $100, to break the $100 mark with dropship print on demand. And as you can see in my income report there, which by the way, I publish all of these on my YouTube channel and on my personal blog, which is ryanhogue.com. I always keep a link in the description. It says why you can trust me, and then it points to my income reports because it takes a long time to put those together. And they go all the way back to square one for me. All right, you can see $236.84 was what I netted profit in that month. And if you also go back in time and check out the income reports, just showing you that I also publish videos to accompany the full blog posts. All right, to get from $100 to $500, month number 7. So it was actually the next month, right after the previous month that took me from 0 to 100. It was my first $100 month. And in month number 7, now again, it was December, it was the fourth quarter. You can expect your highest sales typically in December, but also it's worth mentioning that e-commerce in general, and in most businesses, honestly, it's not just e-commerce. It depends on what industry you're in, but they are 365-day business cycles. So when you enter this as a business, do not quit prior to 12 months because you won't be able to gauge how successful you really are if you quit. Like, for instance, if you start in January and quit in August, you're going to miss the whole fourth quarter. It'd be so silly. It'd be absurd to do that. So please understand like how this is a real business and you need to evaluate it on a 12-month scale. So what was I able to do? Oh, crap. So that actually escalated very quickly. Let me make sure that number's correct. So November 2017, yeah, that is. November 2017, month number 6, $236.84. And then in December of 2017, month number 7, a mere 31 days later, that number jumped to $1,731. So guys, when I say the fourth quarter is going to be big, hopefully you believe me here. That should serve as proof that it's going to be big. Now, if I recall correctly, this was aided by me doing some FBA coffee mugs. So I actually took print on demand products, had them sent in for FBA, which gives them the Prime checkbox. And again, I wasn't competing with Amazon merch because they don't sell coffee mugs. So that's another little, pro tip, if you will, little hack, if you will. Anything you can do to stand out. On Amazon, if you have the Prime checkbox, you're going to sell a lot more. So I do recall that is why I was able to have such a significant boost in sales. And again, if you want to go back in time, it's on my YouTube channel, it's on my blog. You can hear the full story. All right. And as you can see here, I highlighted this from my blog posts. I went back and read what I wrote. This is from, and I didn't include the date, but this was from June 2018, where I said, I finally got more serious about turning Etsy into a more profitable sales channel using the Printful integration. So this was a pivotal turning point for me when I wrote this post. This was June 2018, where I was like, it almost like slapped me in the face. I was like, I need to start diversifying more because I was really solely focused on just keeping it real simple, taking my Amazon merch t-shirt designs and putting them on coffee mugs and selling them on Amazon. But there was so much more potential than that. But again, you face the learning curve alone, you're going to leave money on the table, which is another big reason why I'm just saying, like, seriously, I don't want to feel like I'm selling my course, but it's like, man, like you may get to your end goal with or without my course, but if you take the course and you get there faster, you actually make more money. And the course is pretty cheap when you think about it. I'm just saying it is. Pays for itself very quickly. All right, $500 to $1,000. I was able to accomplish this on month 22, so it actually took quite a while for me to get here. But here's the thing. You notice how I put non-Q4 there. So I didn't want this whole video to just be me bragging about my fourth quarter sales because they represent a quarter of the year, right? They represent 25% of the year. That means that 75% of the year, the rest of the year, you are trying to sell to, let's just call it in normal circumstances, not inflated circumstances that you see when everybody's buying Christmas gifts and whatnot. So, and it really picks up in October, I'd say, for fourth quarter. So this was month 22. This was a non-fourth quarter $1,000 month. It actually ended up being $1,324.52 of profit. By the way, I don't sell the FBA coffee mugs outside of the fourth quarter because I experimented with that and I found out it's much harder to do outside of Christmas unless you're selling like seasonal stuff, which, I mean, I was trying to sell evergreens and it just wasn't working that well. So month 22, which was February 2019 for me, I made $1,324 from print on demand sales, non-Amazon merch. Keep that in mind. Merch is not rolled up into this. Otherwise, I would have inflated these numbers a lot, because I was crushing merch when I was on there very early on. All right, $1,000 to $2,000. I was able to accomplish this in my 25th month as a as doing the dropship print on demand stuff, which I actually started that after I started merch a couple months after. So again, it took a while for me to learn, I wish I had known everything that was possible right up front. And what's funny is like when I'm putting this presentation together, I'm having flashbacks to what you guys are probably feeling if you're early on in your journey. Like, I get it. We've all been through that before. And if you're currently in it, the one thing I'll tell you, I tell everybody, it's like, there's always a learning curve to new things in life, but man, if you allow it to, it will only ever get easier. If you allow it to, it will only ever get easier. This is probably why it's not a coincidence that I learned how to program, Because like anybody who programs, you know what I'm talking about. Like the whole nature of programming is you don't do anything twice. If you're going to do it twice, write a function, call the function. Don't rewrite the same code twice. That's silly. I think of every business I enter the same way. Can I automate things? Can I make the workflow shorter, easier? Can I speed up the learning process? You know, all these things, they give you an edge over time. So $1,000 to $2,000 I was able to do in month 25, which was April 2019. Again, this is non-fourth quarter. So that's also only leaving 9 months out of the year for me to choose from. But in the 25th month, I jumped up to $1,969. So I rounded that up a little bit of profit from my print-on-demand sales. $2,000 to $4,000, I was able to achieve this in April 2019. So from $2,000 in month 25 to $4,000 profit took 1 year, and I had my sales jump to $3,988.84 of profit. Again, non-fourth quarter. So that was a 1 year gap between $2,000 profit and $4,000 profit. And then $4,000 to $5,000 profit. This was only achieved for me in the fourth quarter. I didn't have a non-fourth quarter month where I did that. Well, actually I did, but I didn't want to jump the gun. You'll see that in a second. But in the fourth quarter, my 21st month, I did $4,821.46 of profit from print on demand. That was in December 2018. And if I look at that correctly, yeah, my dropship print on demand sales actually surpassed my Amazon merch sales, where I did $4,000 profit on Amazon merch that same month. So that was a very nice year, or December. And if you want to hear, again, just a reminder, I've got the YouTube videos where I walk through everything. I've got the blog posts. It's all out there. I try to be transparent. I want you guys to have a realistic insight into all these things. If there's one thing I want you to take away from my YouTube channel, it's that, hey, just because I'm a talking head on a screen doesn't mean you should have blind faith in me. I think there's way too much of that going on with the mainstream media right now. So, you know, just have questions. Don't trust me until I give you a reason to trust me. And this is some of the reasons why I want you to trust me. All right, $5,000 to $10,000. This was actually the 17th month of my journey. I need to retell this story because I've got so many new YouTube subscribers. It's a really good story. But I was able to go from, well, I don't even know what the month prior was. Let's see. I'm looking over at my side monitor here. Oh, man, you want to laugh? So July 2018, dropship print on demand profit, $409. The month before that, June, $183. The month before that, $150. So not impressive at all. But again, I mean, I wasn't doing what I'm doing today. So it makes sense that I wasn't diversified on products, niches, platforms. I wasn't doing any of the things that I think are a good idea today, you know, in retrospect. But either way, I remember this vividly. I'm not going to tell the story in this video because I'll do it in a separate video, but I hit a trend out of the park. The trend on the day that I learned about it, it made me good sales, but I would have never guessed what would happen the next day. So I guess sometimes the news cycle lags a little bit, or at least when it's leaking out to the masses, to our customer base. And anyways, I just remember the day where I had this trend and I had it dominated, because this was not the first trend I had caught in print on demand. So I kind of knew what I was doing at this point. When I say that, I mean, these are things that I teach, but it's not just about, hey, I'm selling one product, but you know, I was basically trying to suppress any competition from taking my piece of the pie or carving out a piece of my pie. And I basically checked every box. So I hit this one really hard and ended up making $11,657 profit in a single month, in a non-fourth quarter month, and ended up selling over $7,000 in a single day. And I just remember that day was crazy. I had to mute my email because it kept playing notifications for new sales. And it was just crazy. I mean, it was a lot of Etsy sales, actually, more than Amazon and more than eBay. So really good, good times. Thinking back to that, good times. And from there, I started taking Etsy a lot more serious. Like, I had been on Etsy prior to that, but it really didn't click until that moment when I was like, okay, I get it now. It was a huge learning experience for me. All right, and that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully it didn't drag on too long. I do appreciate that you stayed with me till the end. If you haven't hit that like button yet and you want to do that, that would be awesome. Also, if you like this as a video idea, I can do the same thing for FBA, for Amazon merch. And I mean, was planning on telling my KDP story soon anyways. The KDP story is a little bit warped because I started KDP in the 4th quarter, so ended up like really crushing it very quickly. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more of these. But thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Passive Income School is open. Enroll now at ryansmethod.com. Thank you.